Welcome to Glencoe, the heart of the Western Highlands, a place of soaring white peaks, sweeping glens with ice-cold rivers, and some of the most beautiful and dramatic landscapes you'll ever see. The mountains here are built from some of the oldest sedimentary and volcanic rock on Earth, shaped over 380 million years by volcanic fire and glacial ice. But don't be fooled, Glencoe is as brutal as it is beautiful. With bitter winds sweeping in from Scandinavia, deep snowdrifts and icy ridges, this wild terrain is a true testing ground for climbers, skiers and hill walkers.
For this trip, we joined landscape photographer Alex Nail on a winter skills and photography workshop, alongside mountain guide Rich Pine. So stick the kettle on, get comfy, and join us as we explore the wild and wonderful Highlands. Everyone, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Josie.
And I'm Sophie,
a couple who love nature, wildlife and the great outdoors. Join us as we share our adventures in nature as well as some of the wonderful wildlife we hope to see along the way.
We set off in February and our journey took us from the south coast of England to the Western Highlands. We arrived at our group accommodation for the week in Ballyhoolish, a village nestled on the shores of Loch Leven.
The next morning, we were up to discuss our plan for the week. Alex briefed us on some of the locations we were going to photograph, while sharing some of his experiences of capturing photos in mountain conditions. Rich, our mountain guide, gave us a breakdown of some of the essential gear that we would need. In the afternoon, we were treated to some of the classic changeable weather that the Scottish Highlands can be famous for. It was raining and windy, but we were keen to set out on one of the most popular low-level walking routes in the area.
Steel Waterfall is in Glen Nevis, near Fort William. The walk takes you through the dramatic Nevis Gorge, along a rough and rocky path, with glimpses of Rocky Mountains through the trees.
The next day was forecast to be another wet and wild day, so we headed to the Glencoe ski resort, taking the steep hike up to Craig Dhu at 748 metres, which overlooks Glencoe and the imposing cliffs of Buccleuch Moor. This was a wonderful spot to take some photos. The light was beautiful and it was so wonderful to pick out the textures of the rocks below. Funnily enough, Alex had also somehow arranged a flyby for us to photograph at the same time. And whilst I was taking photos, Sophie had the very important job of practicing her ice axe withdrawal skills.
Then we headed further up to the snow line to practice some winter skills. Rich guided us through the self-arrest, how to stop yourself if you fall or slide on snow or ice. Despite it looking like we're just playing around in the snow, these skills really helped us feel more confident for the big hikes we had coming up. As the weather started to come in, it was time to head down the mountain.
We were up a couple of hours before dawn the next day. It was pitch black as we set out on a cold and damp hike up the steep Benacrullist. We zigzagged our way up through the thick peat bogs to the snow line.
Our goal was to reach the summit before sunrise, so we could capture the beautiful morning light as it hits Rannoch Moor at the entrance to Glencoe, and the famous view of Buccleuch Moor and the surrounding mountains.
Super steep climb from the roadside. We're not quite at the summit yet, we're about 100 metres from the summit, but we found a really nice sheltered spot with a beautiful view of Glencoe and the valley beyond, so we're just going to stop here and take some photos, I think. We decided to keep going right up to the summit because we think there might be better light from there for photographs. So here we go.
We were also lucky enough to be joined by some golden eagles soaring above us. Had a moment of the sun poking through and casting a little bit of light over the mountains, which was really stunning. And now we're just watching the cloud and the mist come through the valley.
Oh, snowing.
Yeah, it could well be snowing very shortly.
It's snowing.
Snowing.
It's very beautiful. I feel like I've looked at the pictures of this scene so many times. It's weird to actually be here. I keep thinking I'm still looking at a screen. So yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for watching. A huge thanks to Alex for being such a great workshop host and to Rich for his mountain guiding. We've got more videos to share with you about the rest of this trip, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss those. Subscribing is completely free and it really helps support our channel. Catch you in the next one!